Jim McCloughan, you may recognize that name, the only Medal of Honor recipient in Michigan.
The decorated war hero was honored for his bravery on the battlefield during Vietnam. Now, McCloughan is preparing to return to Washington for the presidential inauguration.
As he prepares for his trip, he sat down with News 8's Amber Kriska to talk about his service and what he did that made this trip possible.
As a combat medic, I held 18, 19, and 20-year-old boys in my arms. I heard their last words, and I saw the last breath of life come out of their body. I can tell you that the freedom you and I are enjoying sitting here right now has been paid for in full.
You can see the symbols of that freedom everywhere you look in 78-year-old Jim McCloughan's home.
This country is very, very important to me.
The walls and shelves.
And we can go on and on and on with some special coins.
Are covered with flags, awards, medals, coins, military pictures.
I think there's over 800 here.
And around his neck, the Medal of Honor.
Well, it's not really the medal as much as it is the act that you have performed to receive it.
As a combat medic in Vietnam,
I saved 10 Americans and 1 Vietnamese interpreter from the kill zone in that 48-hour battle.
The battle for Nguyen Hill in 1969.
Medic! They would holler medic, and I would go immediately to the direction that the sound was coming from.
McCloughan continued to race into the kill zone to save his brothers, even when he was wounded himself.
Your main mission is to get as many of your brothers back alive to the United States of America as you can.
For his bravery in battle, McCloughan received the Medal of Honor from President Trump in 2017.
This medal is not political. It's not just mine. It belongs to 88 other guys that fought in the battle.
And now, 7 years later, he's going back to the nation's capital to attend his first inauguration.
And I think it's kind of special since I was his first Medal of Honor recipient.
McCloughan, who is known as Doc, will be going with his wife, Cherie.
If tomorrow all the things were gone.
He's not only going there to attend, but to sing the national anthem at the American Legion Ball that evening.
I've been to a lot of great things, but it ranks up there pretty high, I can tell you that much.
He told me the most important lesson he learned during the war, a lesson he learned the second day of the battle for Nguyen Hill. He ran to a soldier who was badly wounded.
I'd cradle him like a baby and hold those bandages close to my chest with pressure on those bandages.
And a thought came to McCloughan. It had been years since he told his dad that he loved him. It was an era when men rarely said, "I love you."
And I had a talk with my Lord right there in that trench line. And I said, Lord, if you get me out of this hell on earth so that I can look my father in the face just one more time and tell him that I love him, I'll be the best coach, I'll be the best teacher, and I'll be the best dad that I can be.
He made it back home and told his father he loved him, and his dad said he loved him. It was a moment he remembered as he raised his own children.
And I taught them that those are the 3 most important words. If that love could come out amongst nations, we'd never have to worry about wars. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me.
It's a message this hero continues to live this day.
Next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the you.